Freelancing looks like freedom on the surface and no boss, no schedule, no ceiling on your income, just you, your skills, and the ability to work from anywhere. But the first time you actually try it, you realize something real quick. Nobody owes you anything. There's no guaranteed paycheck, no one handing you work, and no safety net if you don't perform. You don't get paid, and that hits hard, especially if you're coming from a normal job where effort alone feels like enough, because in freelancing, effort doesn't matter, results do. And that shift alone is what knocks most people out early because they think having a skill is enough, when in reality, knowing how to get clients is the real skill. And if you don't have that, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And I learned that the hard way, because at the beginning, I did what most people do. I set up a profile, listed my services, and waited for clients, and nothing happened. Days went by and a week, and it was silent. No messages, no orders, no momentum. And that's when it hits you. Freelancing isn't about being available, it's about being visible and valuable at the same time, because clients aren't searching for effort, they're searching for solutions. And they want someone who can solve their problems quickly and confidently. And if your profile doesn't scream that, you get ignored no matter how skilled you are. And so I started studying what actually worked. I looked at top freelancers and realized they were just listings, what they do. They were selling outcomes instead of saying, I design logos. They said, I help brands and stand out and convert more customers, instead of saying, I edit videos. They said, I create content that keeps viewers watching. And that difference is everything people don't buy. Services that they buy results. And once I shift my messaging, things slowly started to move. But getting your first client is still one of the hardest parts, because you have no reviews, there's no proof, there's no credibility. So you have to create it. And that means doing work before you get paid, building sample projects, or offering discounted services, or even doing a few jobs for free just to build momentum. And that part sucks. And nobody likes working without immediate reward, but it's the bridge you have to cross, because once you get a few wins, everything changes. And now you have proof, and now you have confidence, and now you're not just another profile. You're someone who has delivered results, and that makes it easier to charge more and attract better clients. But even then, freelancing isn't stable. There are good weeks and slow weeks, months where things are flowing, and times where it feels like everything dries up. And if you're not prepared for that mentally and financially, it can stress you. It can stress you out fast, because you start questioning everything, your skills, your pricing, your approach. And that's why consistency matters more than motivation. You have to keep reaching out, keep improving, keep learning and what works, because freelancing rewards persistence just as much skill. And another thing nobody tells you is just not just doing the work. You're running the entire business, you're handling the communication, managing expectations, dealing with revisions, chasing payments, and organizing your time, and solving problems constantly. And if you can't manage that side of things, it doesn't matter how good your work is, because clients pay for reliability just as much as quality. And they want someone who responds quickly, they meets the deadlines, and makes their life easier, not harder. And that's a skill in itself. Communication clarity and professionalism, those things close deals just as much as talent does. And then there's a pricing, which is a struggle for almost everyone at the start, because you either charge too low and feel overworked, or you charge too high and hear nothing back. And finding that balance takes time and data, and you adjust based on demand, based on results, and based on confidence. And over time, you start realizing you're not being paid for for the task, you're being paid for the value of the outcome and the speed at which you can deliver it. Because a beginner might take 10 hours to do something a professional can do in one, and the client doesn't care about the hours, they care about the result. And that's when freelancing, it starts to make sense, because now your income is tied to your skills level and not your time spent. And that's powerful, but it also comes with responsibility, because if you stop improving, you plateau. And if you plateau, your income stays stuck too. And that's why the best freelancers are constantly learning new tools, new strategies, and new ways to deliver better results faster. They treat it like a business, not a side hustle. And that mindset is what separates people who struggle from people who scale, because eventually you hit a limit doing everything yourself. There are only so many clients you can handle before you burn out. And that's when you have to decide, do you stay a freelancer or do you build something bigger? Do you start outsourcing or do you build a team? Do you turn your service into a system that's where freelancing can evolve into an agency or something more scalable? But it all starts with understanding the truth. Freelancing isn't easy money. It's earned independence. It gives you control, but it demands accountability. It removes the ceiling, but removes the safety net too. But if you're willing to push through the slow start, build real skill, learn how to sell your value and stay consistent, it can absolutely work, but not in the way most people expect. It's not instant, it's not passive, and it's definitely not guaranteed, but it's one of the most direct ways to turn what you know into income. And that alone makes it worth trying. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found value in today's video, please like and subscribe. Without your subscription, I can't continue to grow the channel and I can't continue to even remain here. I need 1,000 subs, and without that, I don't know if we'll stay here permanently, but I need them 1,000 subs to be able to thrive on YouTube at least. So if you would, please subscribe if you found some of this information rewarding. Also, check out this video to the right. It could also help you on your financial journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.